Hey, everybody, I'm here to talk to y'all about, how the government and the ruling class has, they've made us dependent on their system. Um, you know, it's up to you to be conscious about your health, be conscious about, you know, the things that you're putting inside your body, because think about it. If they want us to be reliant and dependent on their system, basically we're dependent on them to give us basic necessities for survival. So if we give them, or if they have the a monopoly on the necessary resources, then what can they do to them? They can do to them whatever they want to do to them. And that's the things that we're putting in our body. That's the water that we're putting in our body, the food that we're putting in our body, the air that we're breathing. And so you see, in school, they don't teach you how to be self-sufficient. They don't teach you how to plant a garden. They don't teach you how to grow your own food. They don't teach you how to critically think for yourself. They don't teach you, how to be self-sufficient. They want you, and they raise you up, and they condition you to be reliant on their system, so they can have full control over you. They're not going to tell you that chips and junk food are filled with all these chemicals. They're not going to tell you what these chemicals actually do. It's up to you to look up these chemical names and see what they do to you. It's not up to them to tell you that they're putting fluoride in their water, even though they may put these chemicals in our food, and they may disguise them with names that the average consumer doesn't know. And see, that's the condescending part about it. They may put the chemical name that does it has harmful effects on it. They may put it right on the bag, but they'll put it in a name that's so scientific that the average consumer doesn't know what it is. So in a way, they're like saying, consumers, you're so dumb that we can put the poison that we're putting in your food, that you're putting in your mouth, right on the bag, right on the packaging, and you still will eat it. You'll still eat it because you don't even know what it is, because you're that dumb. That's how the government and the ruling class looks at us. They expect us to be dumb because they're relying on their self-perpetuating, indoctrinating school systems to make us into drones that are too stupid to think for ourselves. They're not going to tell you that they put in fluoride, and that fluoride is carcinogenic and it is harmful. They're not going to tell you that they're putting that in the toothpaste. They're not going to tell you that they're putting that in the water. It's up to you to make your own toothpaste. It's up to you to make your own deodorant. It's up to you to make, to use a reverse osmosis machine to purify and distill your water. It's up to you. See, they don't want you to think for yourself and actually be self-sufficient. They don't want you. They want you relying on their system. That's why they want you to pay bills. They want you to go to college, get a job, get a degree, get a job, so you can pay bills, even though the electricity and the resources that they want you to pay for are already generated for free. But they don't want you to know that. That's the point. They want you to be ignorant. Stop thinking that they want you to be intelligent. No, that college degree, that stuff is just a facade. It's a front. It's basically tokenism almost, in a way, to where they say, hey, we want you to be smart, because they've conditioned you to think that a college degree or a high school diploma or any arbitrary degree that they give you it signifies intelligence. No, it doesn't. It signifies obedience and, the perpetuation of corporate slavery, but that's another topic. But what I'm saying here today is that, for example, the deodorant, the store-bought antiperspirant, that's what it is, antiperspirant. You know what perspirant is? Perspirant means perspirating. Perspirating means sweating. Your body is designed to sweat. Humans sweat because that's how we get rid of our waste. We don't have to pant like dogs, like we just, We sweat. We're running. We're built for running, and we sweat. You know what happens when we sweat? We cool our bodies off, and we release toxins and waste products and lipids. And you know where we release those? We have those pores under our armpits, right? In our armpits. And so when you put these antiperspirants, on your armpits, what you're doing is you're clogging up your pores. So basically, when you're clogging up your pores, where's that sweat going? That sweat's supposed to come out of those pores. So where's that waste product? Those are waste products. Where are they going? They're ending up staying in your body. They're trapped in your body. And so there's a buildup of bacteria and harmful chemicals and waste products, along with the aluminum that is in these antiperspirants. So you know what that causes? There are neurotoxins. That's basically what they are. They're neurotoxins, and they cause neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and they can cause kidney failure, liver failure, because it's entrapping and enclosing and keeping all these waste products inside your body, and that's a host and a playground for disease and bacteria. So that's not good. So, but see, they don't want you to think that. They'll just put it right on the shelf and be like, have this propaganda advertisement commercial like try some Old Spice, or whatever other deodorant. See, so it's up to you to make your own deodorant. See, they're not going to tell you that. That's the point. See, they made it normal to be reliant on their system. They made it reliant to eat all of this meat from the very, very corrupt, very cruel meat industry. I mean, you should see what they do to those animals. They pump steroids, they pump chemicals and antibiotics, antibiotics, there's going to be, antibiotics were only a temporary fix for, disease and things like that. And there's going to come a point where that's going to be totally done, because basically these antibiotics, these bugs, and the bacteria that the antibiotics were built and created to destroy, they've become resistant. They've built an immunity. So they become super bugs, and they're going to be totally resistant, and antibiotics are not going to do anything to them. But that's another story. But they've made you reliant on this factory forming of meat and dairy, and even those vegetables, even fruits, vegetables, and plants. They sprayed them with these harmful chemicals, like Monsanto, these harmful pesticides. They've made you reliant on those things. See, it's kind of, think about it for a second. When you have to rely on a stranger for food that you put in your mouth and your kid's mouth, you're bad off. If you really think about it, they can do anything they want to that. See, they don't want us to be self-sufficient. They want you to keep consuming these chemicals and these toxins that are harmful to our body. They want you to keep consuming these things so you can be a dumbed down drone that doesn't think for themselves. They want you to be just smart enough to do the paperwork and work on the computers and operate the machines, but just dumb enough to keep consuming the garbage, consuming the bullshit that they put out on corporate media, and just dumb enough to keep accepting the increasingly shittier wages that they give you to make you think that they're doing you a favor by paying you this abstract concept called money. See, you can't eat money. What if, see, all this pollution that they're doing with these big factories, what if all the trees and all the plant life and all of Earth's life is gone? You can't eat money after that. All you're left with after that is money. See, they've conditioned you to think that money is the end all be all. It's not. All money is an IOU, basically saying you're playing by our system. We have you by the ass. We have you by the tail. We're basically have you on a leash, basically, because you're playing by our game. That's all money is. It's basically saying you're playing by our game. They don't want you to grow your own food. They don't want you to have fresh water. They're going to make you conditioned to think that it's normal to be relying on them, you know? So I'm just spreading the message, man. Spreading the message.